What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about my current shoe rotation and we really have a lot of pairs to go through. So let's get straight into it and start with a brand new pair that came in. Well, actually the pair is not brand new, but it's brand new in my collection. The Nike Kobe 5 in the X-Ray colorway. I've always been a big fan of this particular colorway, but I was never able to get it and I traded for this pair. I gave away one pair of Book 1s and one pair of Wear Weight 10 lows. Now you might think that's not enough for such a, let's say, special and overpriced pair on the resale market, but they are used. They've been worn 7 times. I traded with somebody who plays in the same league as me, and my pairs are pretty much in the same condition. So I think it's a fair deal for both sides, and I'm really looking forward to playing with them. I've only worn them to the gym once, but the nice thing about them being used already is they're already broken in, and I have very wide feet, which usually doesn't go all too well with Kobe's. So that's nice. They're already broken in, and as I said, I can't wait to take them to the court. The next pair, you can already see it here in the frame a little bit, is the Adidas Harden Volume 9 in the beautiful Metamorphosis colorway. I'm not sure, but I might even like it better than the initial launch colorway that I also have. If you're wondering where I got these from, they are from Kicks, and you can find an affiliate link in the description box down below. They have very good traction performance, pretty much the same cushioning setup as the Harden Volume 8. Great supportive features. You are really locked in if you're wearing these. And the fit, in my opinion, is also better for wide footers than it was on the Harden Volume 8, which is always a nice change. And the materials are also nice, but if you don't like your shoes to crease, these might not be it. You can see it here a little bit already on this pair. On the silver pair, it's even crazier. So you might want to stay away from these if that bothers you. It doesn't really bother me personally, as in my opinion, basketball shoes are meant to be worn and creasing is inevitable, but just a heads up. Now to the pair that I wore in my last game. You probably guessed it if you've been following the channel, the Nike Book 1. We're currently playing in the semifinals. In the quarterfinals, we were down 0-1. We lost our first game at home, and then we won 2 straight. Now we're pretty much in the same situation. We lost last weekend's game. We almost turned into a blowout. We tried to fight our way back in. And as I said, I was wearing the books. I had 10 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists, I think, but it was actually a pretty subpar game for me. The all-around stats might sound nice, but I definitely need to step up scoring-wise because one player was injured as well. So I'm thinking of switching to another colorway, or maybe even the X-Ray Kobe 5s for the next away game. We have to win 2 straight again to make finals. You know everything about the performance of the Book 1 already, so I'm not going to talk that much about them. Next up, the Kawhi 4. That was the pair I practiced with in the pre-game practice. And while they are nice, what I don't like about them is their weird insole. It's kind of like this neoprene theme or like film underneath here. And it just feels weird. It takes away from the court feel. It looks really nice. Just that's that aside. Beautiful colorway, beautiful color blocking all around, also in the insole. But the insole is just weird. In general, the shoe doesn't have the best court feel. You're rather high off the ground. And I also felt like I had minor heel slip. They're a tad bit narrow as well, so I couldn't lace them crazy tightly. So all in all, I wasn't too impressed with the Kawhi 4, to be honest. A pair from New Balance that I was very impressed with, however, is the Hezi Low Volume 2. I really enjoy these. They also have a pretty narrow fit at first, and they might even run a little bit long. Once you break them in, however, they are also adequate for wide footers, especially in the midfoot area, and the toe box also is quite roomy, and the performance is top tier. I like this one even a little bit more because it has a translucent outsole in the forefoot. We got like weird circular wave-like patterns, and of course we have this little 2 mark here in the forefoot for the Hezi Low Volume 2. Didn't like the Hezi Low that much, but the 2 is amazing. We have fuel cell cushioning. It's pretty damn good. Feels very similar to what we had on the 2-way Volume 3 if you played with that pair. One of my all-time favorite shoes, actually, really underrated pair. Support is also very good. You got a nice rigid heel corner. We got a shank plate for torsional support, and the lacing system also really keeps your foot in place. You can also adjust the lace loops here, or which lace loop you want. Offers like a little bit of a customized fit, which is also very nice. And the materials, in my opinion, are also a highlight. Very lightweight on foot. Almost no braking time needed apart from the fit. If you're a wide footer, if you're narrow footed, these are perfect right out of the box, in my opinion. I just imagine it to be that way. Sometimes I wish I have narrow feet. And overall a very, very good performer, and in my opinion, probably the best performer from New Balance. I haven't played in the two-way volume 5 that much, but I just like these the most. As I said, the Kawais look a little bit better, especially this colorway, but the performance just wasn't it for me. Traction was really solid. The other things I covered already. Moving on to the next pair. It's going to be from Adidas again, and finally I have a pair of Dame 9s in my size. Got these together with the Metamorphosis colorway from the Hard 9 from Kicks, so they are also available there if you want to cop them. And they are amazing performance. I'm really enjoying them. And I know some of you, or like, I think one person in particular has been commenting, he's been waiting for the Dame 9 review for, it's gonna be like 3-4 months now. And I'm sorry it took so long, but I'm finally testing them, and there's gonna be a review very, very soon, this time for real. And to get my initial thoughts out of the way, traction performance is very good. Doesn't pick up too much dust, but if you're on a really, really dusty court, they will obviously have some issues, but that's probably the case for any basketball shoe. The cushioning is a highlight. We've got Light Strike foam, a really thick slab of Light Strike, and it's very comfortable in the heel, and you're still relatively low to the ground in the forefoot, and it has a nice responsive feel as well. Support is yet again a highlight. I know some people have had issues with the inner booty construction here, but there's no traditional tongue, and they've had issues with heel slip. I didn't have that at all, but I'm actually somebody who rarely has heel slip on basketball shoes, and I didn't experience it here. So I'm hoping it will stay that way, and I've felt secure and locked in. We have this Adidas X plate, you can see it here very nicely as the outsole is slightly translucent behind the Dame logo. And as I said, it felt very supportive. I felt locked in at all times, and it also wasn't kind of suffocating as it sometimes can be the case if a shoe really is too supportive, if that makes sense. My feet still felt fine afterwards, after playing them. They didn't feel like they went through a lot. The fit is actually also quite nice for wide footers. As you can see, there's a lot of room, and in my opinion, this is one of the most comfortable basketball shoes on the market right now, just because you have very nice and soft materials. It's a synthetic leather, kind of a patent synthetic leather vibe here, which I just love. I'm a huge fan of a look like that. It's kind of shiny, and I just like that on foot. And the cushioning is comfortable, the stepping comfort is there, even though the insole is nothing special. That's what we're used to from Adidas. And just the overall feel on foot is just very, very nice and comfortable, and they're definitely going to be in the rotation for a while. Another shoe that I also really, really like, that's also from Adidas and also from the Dame Lillard line, is the Dame Certified Free. Those are also from Kicks, so they just came out. Very nice pink and purple colorway, and if you know me, you know that I love pink basketball shoes. In my opinion, it's the best color. And I'm also a huge fan of the Dame Certified. I don't know why that was so hard to pronounce right there. I've had another colorway, and I've been using it for a while, and they're always in and out of the rotation because they're just a really, really good budget shoe. And if you take into account that these cost only 75 euros or dollars, this is probably the best budget shoe on the market because they have great traction performance. I mean, let's say good. It's not great, but it's good. Might be a little bit different here because this is a translucent outsole here in the outside, and the black part in the middle is solid rubber. In my opinion, also really cool outsole design here. Just an eye catcher. The foam, I think it was bounce foam, if I'm not mistaken, is actually also pretty soft underfoot, similar to the Dame 9, with nice impact protection in the heel and relatively good court feel in the forefoot. The materials are more stiff at the start here than they are on the Dame 9, but they break in very nicely and also very quickly. And then they are actually a very comfortable shoe as well. They feel almost exactly like the Dame 9, just everything is a little bit less premium, if that makes sense. So the cushioning isn't as soft, the support isn't as good, the traction just picks up a little bit more dust and doesn't stop as hard, and the materials are a little bit more stiff. So all in all, an amazing budget shoe, and as I said, value for money. I'd probably rank these higher than the Dame 9s simply because they are just at such a low retail price, and they also have great colorways. And what I like a lot about them is that they have almost the same silhouette. Actually, the first time I saw them, I thought it was the same shoe, and that's just cool for people who cannot afford the main flagship model that Dame Lillard wants to get the Dame Certified out there, for people that just want the same look but just can't afford those extra dollars. And what's also nice, the Dame 10 that's going to come out soon is also going to retail for only $100, which is an insane price for a 10th signature basketball shoe. So I'm really excited to test these out as well. And let me know if you want to see a review on the Dame Certified Free as well. Definitely going to do one on the Dame 9s. Now, the last 4 shoes, but we're going to go through the first 3 a little bit quicker as they are from Way of Way. They've been sitting in the frame for a while. The 808 5 Ultra, and I got the College colorway, the Stingray colorway, and the Lizard colorway. So massive shout out to my people at Way of Weight for sending all these beautiful colorways over. And you can also find an affiliate link to the official Way of Weight website in the description box down below. Also, they currently have a spring sale going on their website, so you can get big bucks off on a lot of last year's models. I think the AC12 Encore is there, the 808 4 Ultra is there, and you can really save a lot of money, and they're also great performance. I actually have reviews on these shoes, so make sure to check that out. Now for the 808 5 Ultra, I'm actually not sure which is my favorite colorway. It's probably between these two, as the Lizard is actually one of my favorite animals, and I just love the look of the upper here. They all have a synthetic upper, so no leather materials, which I also like. And the Stingray colorway is also so damn nice. I just really like this bubbly look. Purple and blue goes so well together. But of course the College colorway, all red, also always goes hard. So yeah, let me know which colorway you like the best. I'm just very happy and fortunate I was able to get all 3 of them. And what makes these so special is what they call, well actually I'm going to show off this insole here because it looks even a little bit cooler, the Super Boom insole, which is not just regular boom but Super Boom. It's a very thick slab and it feels very comfortable and incredibly bouncy. Just try to flip it here a little bit. My bad. This thing really flies through the roof if I could get it to flip properly. There we go. So as you can see, that's really a very bouncy insole. Well, of course, the flip test doesn't really have to do much with performance, but just to see how fast the foam reacts and how fast it bends back into shape, it really gives you a little bit of an extra step on the court. I haven't played with them as much yet, but I will in the coming days. So my review is probably going to be uploaded next week. In the meantime, let me know which colorway you like best. The other features are very similar to what we had on the 808 4 Ultra. The outsole looks a little bit different. You can see the carbon fiber plate here in the outsole, and also here there's part carbon fiber from the heel cutter. They are actually very light for a size 14. I think that's because the upper materials are just so nice, thin and soft. And now for the last basketball shoe in my rotation right now. This one is more for looks. It's the MB4 in the Golden Child colorway. Those all gold lamella ball colorways just always look so crazy. And I kinda like it, but it's also a little bit too much. But I definitely wanted to make a video on these just because they look so damn cool. These were sent over from Puma directly, so big shout out to the Puma Austria family and my guy over there. For performance, traction performance really isn't the best, sadly. That's been a thing with the Lamello line. Hopefully they can improve that soon. The cushioning is actually very comfortable, so if you want a lot of cushion, these are a very nice option. They are a little bit stiff because we have all these fuse and plastic overlays on the upper, all those like themes and words and whatever else is on there, and that just makes them a bit stiff, as the materials themselves or what's underneath there is also relatively stiff, and the support is also good but not the best. With that being said, that's all I have for you today. Let me know which pair you like best out of my shoe rotation. Have a good one and see you next time.